Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. I'm doing another video. It's a story time video. And yes, I've done my makeup. It's a Saturday evening. I ain't got nowhere to go. A story of my life. So I thought I'd do my makeup for YouTube. Yay. Let's just take a moment to appreciate it. Some of you all won't even care about the makeup, but I like makeup. Okay, so this story time happened when I was looking after my younger brother. He was probably about 16, so a minor. I was about 22 at the time. I was looking after my brother because my mum worked interstate at the time and my father isn't around. And so being the eldest, that responsibility fell on me to look after him. And he was a brat. And let me tell you, he was a brat. Like seriously, he got drunk, he smoked, he probably did drugs. I don't know if he did drugs, but if he could have, he probably would have. That's what I'm saying. But he was an absolute brat to look after. And I swear he probably aged me like, 10 years earlier than what I should be. So I should be like 10 years, looking 10 years younger. But hence the makeup. Makeup makes me feel good. Anyway, I was his mum. So looking after him, he goes out. He always went out with these friends. Like he was a follower, he was never a leader. But he went out with his friends and they were generally a bunch of good kids. They just kind of got into a bit of trouble every now and again. And this time it was a bit more serious. Luckily he was a minor. Otherwise he could have gone to jail. So I was called in saying, can you come and sign out your brother from the police station? I'm like, what's he done? And they couldn't tell me over the phone, so I had to go up there to the police station. And he's sitting there in the waiting room. Because I think they've got something where they can't be alone with police if they're a minor and that kind of thing. Anyway, he's sitting there in the waiting room and we had to be interviewed by the senior sergeant. And that made me nervous. Like, not because I'd done anything wrong, but just being in places like that made me feel nervous. Like, I don't know. Like, you could see the police walking around with the guns in their holsters and all of that. I'm like, it's kind of freaking me out. So I'm waiting there with my brother and I'm furious with him. And I'm like, what did you do to get yourself into the police station? And he's like, we broke streetlights. It was a thing that they did called shacking. I don't know if shacking is still around these days, but that's what they did. I know. Breaking streetlights with, like, throwing stones. So that it pinged the streetlight. Shacking was the thing. I think we had to wait like 15 minutes in the waiting room. And I'm ropeable with him. Like, I felt like I was responsible for him. Like, what if he'd actually done something? Finally, we're called into the sergeant's office because I had to fill out paperwork and I had to listen to him be interviewed and be told off in a stern manner so that he doesn't do this shit again and wind up going down a terrible, terrible pathway that, could lead him in jail. That's basically where he was going with the story. What he was trying to instill into my brother, that he's a good kid now, but he doesn't want to end up a bad kid. Anyway, look, my brother was like kind of hanging his head in shame going, I know, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Anyway, I'm still furious with him. Anyway, the sergeant goes out of the room and mind you, there's like security cameras everywhere and we'll probably wait another 10 minutes and I kind of went to whack him, but like not like really hard, like it was kind of almost playfully, like, but it just came out a lot stronger than what I anticipated and I got him right on the ear. So I went like whack like that and I'm like, this is what your mother should have done. And I went, like, it was joking. He knew that I was joking, but his ear went bright red And mind you, the sergeant came back in as I did it. So, and he just looks at me going, right, okay then. Anyway, he gives me forms. Now, I'm not joking about this. Domestic violence is not a thing to joke about. But he gives me forms saying, if you need help, there's help out there. How did I end up being the one in trouble when it was my brother shacking lights? He looks at me as if I'm the one abusing him. It wasn't even that hard, because he's a sensitive. So I end up being chastised by the senior sergeant. The story is that I'm the one that has not been let, be. Like, everyone keeps reminding me, oh, I'm the one that hit Lockie in the police station. You know how, you're the running joke of things? Well, that was me. Thanks, younger brother. Anyway, let me know if you've got any, I don't know, things like that are weird, and how it turns out to be you're the one in trouble and you weren't even the one that did anything in particular to do it. Anyway, guys, please subscribe, thumbs up, comment down below. Follow me on social media if you haven't, because I did actually tweet out, ideas for story time and that kind of thing on my Twitter. So if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter, and I shall see you all lovely soon in another video. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye!